She had me when she was just 14, and I was given up for adoption. Growing up, my parents always shared stories about her. I still have the letter she wrote, asking if they could give it to me someday. Reading that letter is surreal. A literal child wrote it, apologizing for not being able to be my mom and hoping I was happy. She was open to contact, but when we moved from my dad's job when I was 11, it seemed impossible to find her. But I did. She works at a small restaurant, and I keep going back. The wild part? She doesn't know it's me. We chat sometimes, and she seems genuinely nice. When she says things like, "Do you want a refill, honey?" I feel this urge to tell her who I am. It makes me nervous. I drive 2 hours just to eat there, hoping to see her. I've been going once or twice a week for the past 3 months, so she always greets me with a big smile. But if only she knew. Then, I finally did it. I told her. My heart raced as I tried to figure out how to say it. Many comments on my last post suggested writing her a letter, just like she did for me, but I felt I needed to say it face to face. I want to thank everyone for their love and support, especially the birth parents who shared their stories. Those stories gave me the courage to confront her. It all happened the day before yesterday. I waited until her shift ended, lingering in the parking lot. When she saw me, we exchanged hellos, but then I told her I had something serious to share. I apologized for keeping it from her for so long. When I pulled out her letter, everything changed. She started crying, like, really crying. I didn't even have to finish my "I'm your son" speech. She just knew. Suddenly, she was hugging me, but then she pulled back, asking if it was okay to hug me again. Of course it was. We stood there, hugging and crying in the parking lot. It hit her hard, her legs gave out for a moment, and I had to hold her up. What struck me was when she looked at me and said, "Look how big you got." Hearing her cry made me cry too. Afterward, she insisted on opening the restaurant again. We had coffee and shared a slice of pie inside, talking about everything. She told me that the second time I came in, she had a feeling but couldn't believe it was me. For years, she'd see kids my age and wonder if they were me, often breaking down in public. She said she looked so much like my biological dad when he was younger. They'd stayed in contact, ready for the day I might reach out. I had lost hope of finding him since he was never mentioned, so it was comforting to know they planned for this scenario. She shared how they wanted to keep me, especially my biological dad. He didn't want me to be adopted, but understood they had to make that choice. It took him a long time to cope after I was born, which is why he left nothing behind. He couldn't bear the thought of not seeing me again. We talked for hours, almost until 2 a.m. She wanted to know everything about me, especially if I was happy and if my parents treated me well. I told her I had a happy childhood and thanked her for giving me this life. We both cried again, but she cried the most. After my 18th birthday, she had hoped I would find her, which is why she stayed in the same city. Since I didn't, she worried I might resent her, or had decided it was better not to have her in my life. I felt guilty for not reaching out sooner, but she reassured me it wasn't my fault, and that I did the right thing by going at my own pace. Honestly, she's so sweet. The way she looked at me with that big smile made me emotional. It's wild how someone who was a stranger my whole life could look at me with so much love. We learned so much about each other. She asked if we could have dinner soon to keep talking, and if I'd be interested in meeting her husband at her house someday. I thought that sounded great. We exchanged numbers, and after I left, she texted me, thanking me for giving her a gift she never thought would come. When I got home, my girlfriend hugged me as I cried. But these weren't sad tears, They were happy tears. Everything went better than I expected. Sure, it was emotionally heavy, but I'm so glad we opened up to each other.